You can define down to the specific node if you want to allow authors to set that. The other thing is it'll recognize any links that you've manually put into your content. So you end up with this tab, and it gives you a tool also if you want to manually search. So let's say, for example, I want to search the word brakes and find other content on my site. You know, it'll come back and tell me content I can link to, and then I can just simply say, oh, okay, I want to, oh, it came back with it. Oh, it didn't come back with that because brakes is already in the site. So if I deleted that link, then it would come back and say, okay, brakes, and then we can easily add that. So it kind of gives you the ability to both auto-link and also to help you manually do all this. Then you can also go and see, you basically kind of look at all the linking structures on your site. So let's say, for example, I want to look at wheels. I can see how many outbound links do I have that have been auto-generated. How many inbound links do I have going to this piece of content, and it'll tell you how they were generated. Did you put them in manually? Was there some sort of filter, like the free linking filter, that created them, or have they been auto-generated? The auto-generated ones you can refresh as you add more content. And so, or you can also say, I don't want to change this link, always leave it stable. Or there's other ones that can say, as I add more content, I want you, and my priorities on my website change, I want these links to change. David?
Could you increase your font size?
Sure. Sure.
Control plus a couple of times. Let's go one more.
Two or three more.
Okay, 2 or 3 more.
I have good eyesight and I can't.
There we
see,
go.
So.
Okay, bring your last.
That work for everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Okay, great. The interesting thing that I love about this module is that really it's primarily about visitor engagements. This is so what ends up happening is as you start to build a blog that's pretty popular, it gets a lot of traffic, you get a lot of this one and done syndrome. People come and maybe they do comment, maybe they do a few things like that. But there's a lot of new people. Those adopters that aren't fully, they might not know your brand, they might not have been inspired, but you want them to still make a brand impression, and a low barrier to entry is to give them another link to related content. But the other thing that's interesting, as well as creates a better, stickier user experience, it also has a pretty important impact on the search engines. Because the search engines, lots of the process that I kind of showed you early on, let's see, there's like Control Shift and 5 involved in this whole thing. So the process I was showing earlier has actually been around for quite a while. It's just been manual. So we're just really developing a lot of tools to help bring this into Drupal. And if you're not familiar with how to do a lot of stuff, it just helps or if you're working with knowledge workers that aren't experienced in SEO, it can help them get into it. But the thing is that really the search engine is always trying to figure out how can we tell who the best sites are. And so if you say, all right, well, for some popular word, let's say mountain biking, or mountain bike frames, some popular word like that, there's millions of pages that are well optimized. What the search engines have started to look more, and this started several years ago, what they're really looking for is trying to figure out what sites are subject matter experts. What sites have multiple pieces of content about a particular keyword, and then to figure out which piece of content on that site is the one that's really emphasized. So the general process, if you really want to place well for a competitive term, is that you create a piece of content, then you create supporting pieces of content and link those supporting pieces of content back to the main. It's something called keyword clustering. So for example, if we wanted to place well for the word mountain bikes, we could make another piece of content called top mountain bikes. It could be mountain biking for fun or whatever we want, and have all those linked back. Link intelligence will support all of that type of logic. So that you're creating, on one hand, at the same time you're creating a great user experience, getting them to more valuable content. And again, hopefully you're not writing garbage content. It's an old black hat tactic of writing a bunch of garbage content that's just there for the search engines. But if you're writing good content, then hopefully people will cross over to those links and maybe go tweet about you or do other things that get the search engines excited also. But it's also helping the search engines understand your site and know, you know what, these guys really are an expert. They didn't write just one page that's optimized on this keyword. They're writing whole clusters of content, and they're linking them together in a meaningful way. So those are some of the new sort of secret weapons and a lot of the other things shown on that one slide. Obviously, other people have developed and done a fantastic job. And we're calling these the SEO tool modules. But the suite of modules is to help people build better content for both helping search engine rankings and for doing better visitor engagement. So questions?
Do you know of anybody who's working on a good relations keyword clustering in the Drupal space? Because now Google will index good relations metadata in micro formats, RDFA or the micro formats.
So the short answer, yes. So yeah, let me see if we can even summarize that question. So the question was, good relations, is that a vocabulary?
Yeah.
Is that a namespace?
It's an e-commerce vocabulary. It came out of the Digital Enterprise Research Institute, Dublin, Ireland.
Oh, is it part of Dublin Core?
No.
Okay, something else.
This
Okay.
it's expressed in L language, but they downgraded it into RDFA or micro formats, so you can embed it as meta tags in your pages. So it's keyword clustering in your page that has predefined relationships that are parsed by the L.
Okay. So the question is, I'm going to be paraphrasing. I might paraphrase this poorly, but you can do more meaningful linking through semantics. So microformats, RDFA, which is going to be built into Drupal 7, you can get through modules in Drupal 6, and you can create better definitions of attached metadata, basically, to links. So the short answer to what you're asking is no. I don't know of anyone doing that, although that's something I'm probably going to have to go take a look at. It's interesting. Well, semantics could be a whole other, semantics is a whole other talk on its own. So it's the idea that you're not just creating dumb links, you're actually creating links and content and all these different things that actually have meaning. So, for example, if you're linking to a wiki page that's a definition, you might actually want to say, this is a definition. Or you might want to say, this is a story. Or you might say, this is a person. Or maybe it's a person that's a friend of mine. And there's all these different vocabularies that are out there, like Dublin Core, friend of a friend, to do relationships. I guess this is a vocabulary I haven't heard of.
It allows you to do embedded bill of materials. So you can say, I'm getting a camera kit. A camera kit consists of 3 lenses, a carrying case, and a tripod. And
Looks
all
like
that
it's
relationships built in.
It looks like it's going to be supported in Drupal Commerce when it's finished for D7.
Oh, so they're coming through the commerce center?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Yes?
How about using Open Graph so that your content can be indexed in Facebook or any other site?
Sure. Open Graph is awesome. I've